90% of YouTubers are losing their views before the video even starts. Not because their content is bad, not because the algorithm hates them, but because of one tiny decision made in under 2 seconds, which is, you already guessed it, your thumbnail. And today I'm going to show you why most creators completely misunderstand algorithms, thumbnails, and the system I started using that quietly changed everything for me. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Most creators think thumbnails are about design, the font, better colors, circles, but YouTube doesn't reward pretty. It rewards clarity plus curiosity. When someone scrolls, their brain asks only one question. Is it worth my attention? And you have about 0.7 seconds to answer. The common problem in thumbnails, they are either too cluttered, too confusing, or even too obvious. Yes, you heard me, too obvious. If I already know what happens from the thumbnail, why would I click? That's when I realized something. I didn't need better Photoshop skills. I needed better psychology. So I stopped designing the thumbnails the creative way, and I started studying the biggest creators actually do it. What makes someone like MrBeast get insane click-through rate consistently? It's not luck, it's structure. There are 3 invisible rules high-performing thumbnails follow: one clear focal point, a curiosity gap, and an instant readability. And once I understood this, I stopped guessing. I started testing. And that's when something interesting happened. I tested 2 versions of the same video. Same title, same content, different thumbnail logic. Version A looked cool. Version B looked simple. Almost too simple. Guess which one won? The simpler one. Because it made one promise and it didn't answer it. It created tension. That's when I realized something else. Designing thumbnails manually every time was slowing me down. And that's when I found a tool that changed how I approach thumbnails completely. Before I tell you anything else, here is what actually matters. A great thumbnail does 4 things. It creates contrast, it limits elements from 2 to 3, it shows emotion or tension, and it withholds the final answer. That's it. Not 15 layers or 15 effects or text layers or anything. If your thumbnail needs explanation, it already failed. And here is the biggest mistake creators make. They design thumbnails for themselves, not for cold viewers. You don't need artistic genius. You need controlled simplicity. At some point, I realized something. If the real game is a psychological structure, why not use something built specifically around that logic, instead of starting from a blank canvas? So I started experimenting with a thumbnail idea generator that's built around high-performing YouTube patterns. And honestly, it made the process stupidly fast. Not because it magically makes viral thumbnails, but because it forces clarity. It gives you structured variation, and you refine from there. That shift alone increased my output and consistency. If you are serious about improving your click-through rate, I left the tool I've been using in the description. Test it. Compare it to how you currently brainstorm thumbnails. Then look at your analytics. Because at the end of the day, YouTube doesn't reward efforts, it rewards clicks. And clicks start before your video even plays. If this helped you rethink your thumbnails, drop a comment clarity so I know you're serious about growing. And in the next video, I'll break down how to reverse engineer viral titles the same way. Peace.